let's talk about Richard Pryor here
Oh,
now.
yeah.
Me being a comedian and Richard Pryor being the all-time greatest comedian, of course.
Yeah.
When we were growing up, you couldn't even believe how funny this guy was.
Yeah.
And your mom dated Richard Pryor.
Yeah. Yeah.
Incredible.
Probably, so obviously I was born in 58. So it was probably about 64, somewhere in there, 65. My mom was on and off loose cannon, hard to track down, super beautiful, super creative, super intelligent, and a little bit broken. And she did what she wanted to do. She did it the way she wanted to do. She left when she was 13, showed back up at 17, pregnant with me and my dad, who was 40. Just like my mom was her own kettle of fish. There's something to admire about that. It's kind of punk rock. My wife, fortunately, she had some children that needed a mother, but my mom was working we lived in Lake Tahoe at, I think it was Harrah's, might've been Caesar's. And, they had all the entertainers coming in. Yeah. And the entertainers not supposed to mingle or anything with the staff, and people that work there. And my mom started dating Richard Pryor, and he would come over to the house, and she got fired. And I didn't understand back then, and I can't really confirm, but having an interracial relationship in 1964 was still looked down upon by a certain sect of society. That's one thing. And I do remember having these talks with my mom later, and she said, we weren't really welcome to go to restaurants. We weren't really, I was a little kid, I don't know this stuff. I'm just a kid. Richard was really nice to me, and he was always fun and funny. And or did my mom get fired because she's not supposed to be dating the entertainers?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Nonetheless, my mom did tell me stories about how it was difficult. And my mom was a difficult person. And I do know, in talking to her sister, my aunt Harleen, she said that Richard really, like, my mom kind of went AWOL, and Richard really, really loved my mom and couldn't find her, and she wouldn't return his phone calls. And that seemed to be a pattern for my mom. Then later she dated and married another guy named Bernie Comer. And Bernie was a pianist and a trumpet player for Frank Sinatra.
Wow.
And so I would be at Frank Sinatra rehearsals, or whatever they would call them. They'd set up, and I don't have clear enough memories to go, hey, I can see Frank on stage, but I was really young, and I do remember the bands running through stuff and check, check, check on the mic and all that stuff. And that was like another interesting time, because you wouldn't think it at the time, but it's weird. Like, I became an entertainer. There's Richard, there's Bernie, there's other things, but I was living in the country too. And I was hunting and I was fishing, and the New York Dolls album comes out, and we all these different things, and they end up in one big blender. You turn it on, and and then you hit the 70s. For me, the 70s was all about the 70s, man. The music. I mean, I gotta turn the 70s on 7 on Sirius off sometimes, because I'm listening. I get Sex Pistols, then I get Donna Summer, then I get AC/DC, then I get Jim Croce, then and it doesn't stop.